Hello everyone, today we are at the class day 18 character functions. Today it's our last part for the character functions, part 4. In the part 1, 2 and 3 we have covered the character functions. Today we will cover the remaining character functions. This is the last class for the character functions. Okay, so today at first we will see the functions that join two or more strings together. Okay, so in that we have CATT functions and the concatenation operators. We will see one by one. Okay, so what is this CATT functions will do? These are used to join two or more data values. For example, here I have a data set. Let me create a data set with these values. See, I have taken three variable names x, y and z. In the x I have my name, and in the y I have is, and in the z I have Chandana, and I want to combine all these data variables into one variable. How can I do that? By using CATT functions. Okay, now let me try connecting all this. Okay, so data CATT. Okay, now what I will do is I will create a new variable with the by joining all these three variables. How can I do that? I will give cat in the bracket, mention all the three variables that you want to join. What I want to join: x variable and y data values and z. Okay, and run the program. See, now I have created a new variable by combining all these data values. So now here in the new variable what I got, my name is Chandana. But why I have these blank spaces in between? By using CATT function, it's going to join your data values, but it is going to keep whatever the blank spaces are there in it. Okay, if I want to remove these blank spaces, I can use CATT function. CATT means T is nothing but trim, to trim the trailing blank spaces. So whatever the blank spaces present after the data value, that is called trailing blank spaces, right? Yesterday we have seen. And whatever present before the data value, that is called leading blank spaces. So now I want to remove these trailing blank spaces. How can I do that? Now in the same, I will create another variable with b so that it is easier to compare. Okay, cat t. T means nothing but to trim. Trim means it is going to remove the trailing blank spaces x, y, z. Okay, now run the program. See, now I have created A and B. A is having so many blank spaces. In the B, what happened? It has removed the trailing blank spaces, but it still kept the leading blank spaces. See, here I have the leading blank spaces, but when you see here and here, the blank spaces got decreased because it removed the trailing blank spaces. Now I want to remove both trailing and the leading blank spaces. How can I do that? Yesterday we have seen, right? By using strip function, we can remove the both the trailing and the leading blank spaces. But in the cat function, how can we do that? It's cat s. S means nothing but strip. Okay, so now I will create another data variable by using cat s function. Okay, now run the program. See, now I got a, B, C is created. A is just the cat function with all the blank spaces. Now B is what? With only trailing blank spaces. Okay, now C is created with which is removed both trailing and the leading blank spaces. Okay, so for example here it combined all the data values, right? Now I want to include a separator in between these data values. How can I do that? For that there is another function called, I'll create another data value d equal to CATX. Okay, now mention the separator which you want to give in between these data values. Okay, I will give in the quotations, you have to mention that as the first value. In the quotations I will give and, okay, underscore. So now give the remaining data values which you want to join. Okay, now run the program. See, now I have created a d variable with a separator. See, in the d variable what I got all the data values joined together with a separator underscore. Okay, this is how we can use cat functions to join the data values. Okay, now see for this data values, if you can see that, see in the table properties, see in these are the values that I have created, right? A, B, C, D by using cat functions. By using cat functions, it is taking default length 200, but which is really not necessary. It's like waste of memory. Okay, so by using cat functions, it is consuming too much of space in your memory. Okay, so now to avoid this, there is called some other functions, that is concatenation functions. So it's same like cat functions, but it won't take that much memory like cat functions. Okay, let's see an example for the concatenation functions. So this what really happened with this cat functions, it uses a lot of memory, so concatenation operator is preferred. Okay, cat function by default it will assign the length as 200. Okay, concatenation operator assigns whatever the length of the assigned value. It will use only the length, so it will save lot of memory. Let's see an example. Okay, see for the same, what I will do is data character. I'm taking the same example. Now I will create a new variable a equal to, I want to join x and give the concatenation symbol. This concatenation symbol is nothing but the two straight lines. These straight lines will be present under your backspace key in your keyboard. Okay, that is so just give two lines. Okay, this is concatenation symbol. So I want to join y concatenation and what z. Okay, done. Now what happens? Mm, Before that you have to run this. Okay, now execute the concatenation functions. See, it gave me the same result as cat function. It joined all three data values. Okay, but it didn't remove the blank spaces like earlier. It is doing whatever the function cat function do, but it is different function. But the only difference is, let's see the length here now. Okay, um, table properties, columns. See now for the a variable, this is what we have created, right? By using concatenation function, now it taken length only 57. That is the actual length. Okay, but it is not assigning by default 200 as the length. Okay, So this is how we can save the lot of memory by using concatenation function. Okay, in this concatenation function, like earlier, we can use trim and strip functions, and also we can use separator. Let's see how it will be. Okay, now I want to remove this trailing blank spaces like in the CATT functions. How can I do that? See, for that, I'll create another function b equal to trim. This is what we use, right, to remove the trailing blank space. Trim of x. Now trim of y. Trim of z. Okay, now run the program. Okay, I gave spelling mistake. Trim. Now run the program. See, now it created the b variable which removed the trailing blank spaces, okay, in the b variable. Now I want to remove the leading blank spaces and trailing blank spaces both. How can I do that? I have to use the strip function here. Okay, I will take c as the new variable. Now in the place of trim I will give strip. Okay, strip. Here strip. Okay, now I am applying strip function. What it will do now? It will remove both leading and the trailing blank spaces. See, now I have created the c variable. Now what it did here, here in the c variable, see, it has joined all the three data values with no spaces. It removed all trailing and the leading blank spaces. Okay, now I want to include a separator in between these data values like earlier in the CATT functions. Now I will create a new data value, data variable d equal to what I will do means, see, after this concatenation function, give the separator that you want to assign in the quotations. In the quotations, I want to assign underscore at the rate and provide concatenation. Okay, and after this, here provide again in the quotations whatever the separator that you want to assign. Okay, in the quotations at the rate. Okay, and give the concatenation sign here again. Okay, now run this program. See, now I have created a d data variable. What I have got now, see, now my data values got separated by at the rate symbol. Okay, this is how we use concatenation functions with the separator. Okay, next move on to the next function. Before that, let's take another example for this concatenation function. Okay, let me take data test. Let's take from SAS help dot class. So in this SAS help dot class, I want to join name, sex and age. Okay, and I will give a separator comma. Okay, let's try that. Okay, I will create an x variable, a new variable. and I will give strip concatenation, and sorry, next to the strip I have to give the variable name, right? In the parenthesis I want to join first name, and in the concatenation give the separator in the quotations. I'll give comma and concatenation strip and age concatenation comma concatenation strip, in the parenthesis give sex. Okay, now run the program. See, now I got the class dataset from the SAS help library, and I have created a new variable called x here, which is joining the name values and sex values and the age values, okay, and which are separated by comma. Okay, this is how we can use the concatenation functions. Okay, so now the next function is scan function. Okay, basically what is this scan function mean? This scan function used to scan the word or to extract the part of the string. Okay, so let's see an example for this scan function. Okay, here I have taken a data to get the scan, to use the scan function here. So for this scan function we have default delimiters. What are those default delimiters? Blank, dot, less than, bracket, all these are default delimiters. Okay, so now I want to extract second value from this given string. Okay, what is the second value? Here it is separated by question mark. Okay, is this a delimiter? Okay, let's check it in the default delimiters. No, it's a question mark is not a default delimiter here, but blank space is a default delimiter, so it is considered as a delimiter. Okay, then here it is separated by plus. Plus is here, yes, it is a default delimiter, so this is the second value, and this can be considered as complete one variable because it is separated by question mark. This question mark is not under the default delimiter, and here it is separated by line. Here we have the line as the default delimiter. So when we give the scan function we should get 3 as the second value. Let's see that. Okay, char set char, I will give a different variable y equal to scan of what I want from x, right? X variable, which value I want? Second variable, second value I want to be extracted, and now run the program. Okay, now let's see what I got. I got 3 as the second variable in the y variable. Okay, this is how or why we use the default delimiters in the scan function. So these are the default delimiters. Okay, for example, if I want to extract the third function, what is the third function? No, I want to extract the first function. Okay, now what is the first function here? This is the first function, right? It is separated by question mark, but question mark is not a default delimiter, so it takes everything as the one word. Okay, now I'm running this program. Now see what's happened. Okay, now I got one question mark 2 as the first variable. Okay, this is how we use this scan function. Okay, let's see another example for this scan function. Okay, now I am taking this details. Okay, now I have taken this program Okay, now I have name, phone number. So I want to extract the second or the last name from this person's name, and also I want to extract the last four letters from this phone number by using the scan function. How can I do that? Give data test. Okay, set test. Now I am taking different x variable. So in this x variable I want to extract last name. So now give scan in the brackets, which I want to extract from the name variable, right? So give it here name, comma, and assign -1. What is this -1 means? -1 means it searches for the, or it reads the value from right side to the left side. If you give just a +1, then it reads the data value from left to right, from here to here. So if I give it like this, then this will become the first variable. So if I give -1, it reads the data value from right to left. Okay, so I'm giving -1 here, and also specify the delimiter. Okay, in the quotations, what is the delimiter in this name variable? Space and dot, right? Dot and space, right? So give it here in the quotations, space dot. Okay, that's our delimiter. Okay, now next what I want, I am creating another variable. I want the last four digits of the phone number. Okay, for that give scan in the parenthesis, give phone number. Okay, let's copy this phone number. Okay, I have copied phone number. In from this phone number, what I want the last four characters, right? For that what I will do, I'll give -1. Okay, and give in the parenthesis, what I have to give in the quotations, I have to mention the delimiter. What is the delimiter here? Hyphen is the delimiter. So give it here. Okay, hyphen. Okay, now run the program. See, now I have extracted last name from the name variable. Here in the x you can see that, and in the y variable what I have got, last four digits from the phone number. Okay, this is how we can apply this scan function. Okay, this can be used to extract the particular word. Okay, and we have this default delimiters. Okay, so these default delimiters serves as the delimiters. Okay, so the next function is count function. This count function is used to know how many times a particular value is occurring. For example, I will take an example here. See here, now I have how now brown cow. Okay, from this I want to know how many times this OW is occurring in this sentence. Okay, how can I know that? By using the count function. Okay, now write data char set char. Okay, now what we will give? Count function, right? I will create y equal to count of which variable I want to know for x variable. Okay, what word I want to know for? I want to know how many times OW is occurring in this sentence or in this string. Okay, so mention that in the quotation. Okay, now run the program. Okay, see what it is showing, that OW is occurring for 3 times, but it actually occurring 4 times, right? See, 1, 2, 3 here, and here 4. But why it gave me only 3? Because this count function is a case sensitive. For that we have to use a modifier here. Okay, here mention after this comma in the quotations mention I as a modifier. So now it will give you cover 4 values. Okay, see, now I got 4. Okay, with the use of a modifier this case can be ignored. Okay, so let's take another example for this. So I'm copying the example here. So in for this data I have to filter for the phone numbers having no country code or having repeated country codes. So I want to get a result with phone numbers having no country code at all or repeated country code. Okay, here what I have one country code. Here I have 2 times country code is 2 times, that means it is repeated. Here only once I have, here no country code at all. So in my result basically I want one with repeated country code, this one, and the other one is with no country code. Okay, let's try how to apply the count function to this. Okay, data test set test. Okay, now how we apply this count function? X equal to, let me create a variable x count. Okay, for which I want for the variable phone number. Okay, I'm copying this. For the phone number variable I want to count for the variables that are having country code +1. Okay, so mention that country code here. Okay, in the quotations +1 I want, right? I want to count for the +1. Okay, now run the program. See, now I got x variable which is showing that country code how many times it is having for the each phone number. Okay, here it is showing it is having the country code only for once. Here 2, that means it is repetitive, and here it is only 1. Okay, and here it is showing 2, sorry, 0. Okay, that means no country code at all. Okay, now what result I have to generate? Basically I have to generate only this second phone number and the fourth phone number which are having repetitive country code or no country code at all. How can I do that? See, where x equal to 0, that means here x equal to 0, and or x is greater than or equal to 2. So this function defines this one, right? See, for example, now I am taking this. I want the x value to be 0 or 2. That means it is going to give 0 means what? No country code at all. And x is greater than or equal to means it is going to give me the repetitive country code. That's what I want, right? So now what I will do here is, instead of writing separate statement, so I will replace this x value here. Okay, so I have taken the x value here and place it in the place of the x. Okay, and here as well. So now this statement satisfies the my requirement. What is my requirement? I want filter for the phone numbers having no country code or having repetitive country code. Okay, now take off this. See, now it will give me the, see, now it gave me only the results for having repetitive country code or no country code. Okay, this is how we use the count function. Okay, so the next function is the TRANWRD. Okay, so the next function is TRANWRD. So what is this TRANWRD? This TRANWRD is used to substitute or replace of some part of the value with another value. See, for example, let me take an example. Data char. Okay, I am taking x equal to, in the quotations, 40425 Grimmer Boulevard. I will take Grimmer Road. Okay, run. Now I have taken this data. I'm creating a data set with this, and from this what I want to replace means, so basically this trans function work is to substitute or replace the some part of the value with another value. So now I want this row to be substituted or replaced by RD. How can I do that? By using the TRANWRD function. Okay, now give data char set char. I will create another variable a equal to TRANWRD. In the parenthesis give for which variable I want to from which variable I want to replace from the x variable, right? So mention that here. First value is the variable, and mention in the quotations, mention which variable you want to replace. Okay, I want to replace this road. Okay, this data value I want to replace, so mention that here as the second value. Okay, so what will be the third value now? So what you want to be replaced with, okay, that give in the quotations. So I want to be replaced that with road or D. Okay, now execute the program. See, now what I got in, I have created a new a variable with a 40425 Grimmer. Instead of road I have created RD. Okay, this is how we will be able to replace or substitute some part of the value with another value. Okay, this is the function of the TRANWRD. Let's take another example. Let me copy. Okay, what is the next example? Okay, now I will take this example. Okay, so from this what I want to replace, here I have input name. Okay, I have the name here. Now I want to replace this Mrs. and Miss with what? I want to replace with MS. Okay, how can I do that? See, now I will create a data set. Okay, now I want to replace this MRS dot and MISS with MS. Okay, how can I do that? By using the TRANWRD data test. Okay, now, sorry, not the test, it's one. Okay, that's my data set value name, and set 1. Okay, now what? I have to replace this name, right? So give name equal to, okay, so whatever the variable that you want to replace, give assign that here, name equal to TRANWRD. Okay, in the parenthesis give now the first variable as the first value as the variable name that you want to replace with. So name is the variable name that you want to replace. Okay, so now in the quotations give which one you want to replace. Okay, I want to replace this mrs, right? So give mrs dot here. Okay, mrs dot to be replaced with what, that has to be given here. Okay, comma, in the quotations give with what you want to be replaced, ms, right? ms dot. Okay, so now what is the another data value that you want to replace? I want to replace this miss also, right? So now give the same name equal to TRANWRD, in the parenthesis give name, comma, in the quotations miss, comma, and again in the quotations with what you want to be replaced with, ms dot. Okay, now execute the program. Hmm. See, it is case sensitive, I think. So give miss now. Now run the program. Okay, because it's case sensitive, it didn't give me the value. Okay, see, now here, now it is giving the value which is replaced with ms instead of mrs, mrs or miss. Okay, this is how we can use the TRANWRD function. Okay, so the next function is compare. Compare. Let's take an example for this compare function. This compare function is similar to the verify function, but the way it shows results is different. Okay, let's take an example. Okay, so now I have taken a equal to xyz and b equal to xyz. Now I want to compare this value. Okay, how can I do the data cat set cat, and I want to create a new variable c. Okay, c equal to, I want to compare, right? So compare with what? I want to compare a with b. Okay, a comma b. Okay, first give the a and then b because I want to compare a with the b value. Okay, now what it gives me in the answer? So it will look for the where the mismatch is occurring. Okay, now it is comparing a value with the b value. That means it is basically comparing x value with the x and small letter. Here we have lowercase y, right? So it is comparing with the uppercase y according to ASCII format. So lowercase letters having higher value when compared to the uppercase letters. Okay, so it will give you the mismatch is occurring at the second position. Okay, now run the program. Okay, see what it gave me. It gave me second position, because here in the second position, here we are having the lowercase letter and here we have the uppercase letter. So there is a mismatch, so it gave me the second position. Okay, so this is how we can use the verify function. But we can also, so what happens if I swap these positions? Okay, now I want to compare this b with the a function. How can I do that? See, now what I will get? I will get -2, because basically it is comparing y value with the lowercase y value. That means it is comparing lower value with the higher value. So according to ASCII format, what we have, uppercase letters have the lower value when compared to the lowercase letters. So now it gives me the value as 2. Okay, see. So now the mismatch is occurring at second position and it gave me -2. So this is how we use the compare function. Okay, by here we have finished the character functions. In tomorrow's class we will see about numeric functions. Okay, thank you.